Well, folks, once more, it's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm a little bit earlier than some nights, but getting my video ready for tomorrow. And it's been a long day. We accomplished quite a bit. We went out of the house today for a change and went up to Gaylord and did some shopping. My wife was out of summer for medicines, and we had to go get that and a few other things. And I had to take some papers over to the court. Got that out of my hair now and picked up some more of the files so I don't have to pay city taxes. One of the benefits of being a disabled veteran, I don't have to pay city taxes on my property. It's a pretty good thing, and they licensed my truck free, and I don't have to license it again until 22 or 23 or something like that. Anyway, they gave me a real good deal there, and plus my monthly benefits and my medicines and all of that. But anyway, tonight I'd just like to share a little bit. Have you ever heard anybody say that when my ship comes in, when my ship comes in, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but my ship hasn't arrived yet? Well, what ship? Who sent it? Is it really on its way? Is it going to come? Or do we have to create our ship? Every year we live, we got one less year for that ship to come in and enjoy its cargo. I should know. I've been waiting for my ship to come in ever since I started working when I was 18. 72 now, so what is that? 60 years, 50 years? Anyway, but no ship. No ship. But you know what? I believe in my ship that's on its way. I have started creating for it, and it might even start sending ahead a little bit this spring. But we've all of my life, I have felt like I did a good job wherever I went, and whatever I did to the best of my ability, and always could go back and get jobs. Even if I quit them, I would go back and get on. Anyway, I have never felt like I was really successful in life. I'm just like the majority of people, living from paycheck to paycheck, just surviving. Few times of plenty, but those times of plenty, especially when you're a seasonal worker, are few and far between. But anyway, you don't get ahead. I forget the percentages of the people that work for a living and the people that have their own businesses. A very small percentage of people control most of the money or make most of the money that's made. The rest of us, we're told from the very time we grow up, we need to go to school and get an education. I have nothing against that, except that I didn't know what I wanted to do if I got an education? I thought about several things. I thought of being a dentist. I thought about, just different things, but they weren't, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I could have got through dentistry school, but the only time I felt like going to college was when I felt called to go into the ministry. And that was, that started out earlier in life, but, it took me a long time to finally get there. I quit, school. That wasn't my bag. So we're all conditioned to go out and you make big money. Well, so what if you make big money if you don't have any time? How much free time do doctors have? They have a working schedule. They work for somebody else. In my area here, the doctors come and go, and, these hospitals, it's crazy. Doctors aren't secure at all. And, and I know how many young people that went to school that ended up learning the computer trade and all that stuff and have good jobs, and all of a sudden they ended. One young fellow that I grew up with, he's not young anymore, but he's a year or two younger than me. But we played together a lot. We did a lot of things together when we were kids. Went camping overnight, and you name it, we all did it. He struggled in school a little bit, but in mechanics and electronics, he was a wizard. He never, his mom was telling me, I talked to her when she was older, and we happened to talk. I hadn't seen her for years and years. They moved away when they retired. And she said that his superiors in the Navy told her that they had never seen anybody like him. Well, he went to work, I think it was a place called Tektronix, I'm not sure anyway, in the Portland area in Oregon. And he worked there for years and years. In fact, he headed up the infrared light thing that the firemen use. He headed that up. The company made the money and he didn't. And he finally ended up, when they downsized and everything, he finally ended up without a job. I guess he's doing okay now. He started up, he builds blowers and superchargers and stuff for cars. He's got his own business. But, what good would an education have done him? He didn't even have an education. He was just, it just came natural. I mean, he was good. So, but they work for somebody else. You're controlled by somebody else. They tell you when to come to work, when you can take your vacation sometimes, no matter what your education is. You need to have your own business in life so that you can do the scheduling. That's where most of the money is made. It's not working for somebody else. Especially after you're retired, just to survive, you get a part-time job. That's where I'd have to be doing if I hadn't ended up with that post-traumatic stress disorder. Retirement just isn't enough. Even with what I have really isn't enough to do what you really want to do when you retire. And anyway, I learned how and found out how a year ago to create my ship. And my ship just about finished enough to sail. When it starts sailing, it's going to be picking up speed. And you know what I'm talking about. My super affiliate network business, my online marketing. I like to call it my opportunity to bring others happiness and security, offer them the opportunity to create their own ship, no matter what age they are. I know a number of the people that are in the sand that have fired their bosses. They kept on working until they got things going good. And you may not want to retire. Depends on how your retirement's set up. I know you get vested every so often, and you want to work until this, until that, and to get a better retirement. But you get a steady income coming, you got all the retirement you need. Very easy. You can make up to 10, 15, 20,000 a month in a few years. And there's no, if you can't retire and enjoy life on that, the sky's the limit. You can just keep on building and building and building. But, to me, the more you try to do that, the more work you have to do, and I don't know, once I get everything going, I may want to just push the limits and see how much, I could actually make. But all I want is to have enough to take care of myself and do the fun things that I want to do, like build my own little mini car museum, private one. I ain't going to go out and have a public thing. I'll have people, my friends and people that want to see it, look at them. But as far as a open thing where people just come to the museum when they want, it's not going to be that. Anyway, I'm just pretty excited about all that. And here it is, 12 minutes and something into this video already, and I need to shut up again. But folks, what about your ship? Have you built it yet? Are you creating it yet? There's not a one of you out there that couldn't do it. Nobody out there that can't do it. If I can do it and I'm doing it, anybody can do it. So click the button below and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. And I hope I brought some value to you and give you some food for thought. But you seriously think about creating your ship. Bye.